What is going on, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs? You are listening to another episode of Rebellion Wrestling Radio. And today it's actually a really special episode coming at you on a Sunday morning. It is January the 14th, and I am a little under the weather, but I really wanted to talk to you guys about the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament that got underway yesterday on the 13th, live from the Empress Ballroom in beautiful Blackpool, England. And man, that it was absolutely phenomenal, to say the least. For myself, I have a very fond place in my heart for the UK exclusive events. As far as anything that WWE has done, I really enjoyed like when TNA would go over to UK. I don't know, maybe I just really like the culture. I just really enjoy. It seems like the fans over there, and this is no offense to our fans over here in the United States, but the fans in the UK, they seem to really just go absolutely insane, and you really saw that last night from the ballroom. They just from bell to bell. Every single match, everybody was just completely losing their minds. So I kind of want to break that down, and I kind of want to... It's going to be pretty brief, just because I'll be very honest. I'm still learning a lot of these competitors that are in these that are in this tournament. I was able to do a little bit of research, and I know some of these guys I've seen in some other promotions, like when I would watch online. But it was really cool to kind of see everybody brought to the forefront, be put on the WWE stage, and just really be showcased. And I really want to kind of break down to the commentary, which was phenomenal as well. Before we get into anything, I do want to thank all you guys for coming out, or not for coming out, but for all your listens, your downloads, and your subscriptions. We are on iTunes and Podbean, as well as pretty much any of your favorite favorite podcast apps there. So sorry guys, I'm a little out of it today. Literally just woke up and wanted to do this episode. So, but for all past episodes, go ahead and check us out at rebellionwrestling.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter at RWR_wrestling. And if you are so inclined, go ahead and go to prowrestlingtees.com/Rebellion Wrestling. Get yourself a sweet-ass t-shirt. Those proceeds will help us do this podcast multiple times a week for you. Helps for the equipment, and it helps for us to do the live shows as well, which we're going to be kicking off with Mega Championship Wrestling on March 25th. Definitely, if you're in the Cleveland area, come out there. And I'm going to put some information on our website about this event once it becomes available. Go to megachampionshipwrestling.com. These guys are fantastic. Speaking of local indie wrestling, last night I got to attend UXWA's Winter Warfare event. That was from Cleveland, Ohio. And this is we got to see stars such as the Duke, Brian Carson, Ryan Kaplan, Big Mo. If you guys are from Cleveland, you know who all these guys are. If you guys have seen anything from AIW, Absolute Intense Wrestling, Mega Championship Wrestling, these guys are there. They're kicking ass. I got to see just high-flying, just nuts wressling. We'll just call it nuts wrestling. Took my sister last night. It was her first wrestling event ever. Her and her boyfriend, and they loved it. It was, you can't get enough of indie wrestling. And today I'm going to be attending Premier Championship Wrestling in Cleveland, Ohio as well. We're going to be putting some pictures up on the Instagram, up on the website as well, and getting some interviews hopefully. So regardless, let's just move forward. Let's talk about the WWE UK Tournament. Okay, so I was really excited when they announced this. I was actually on a sick day, I believe, because I remember I was home from work. I got a little alert that Triple H was making this crazy announcement about this new championship, this new tournament, you know. And first of all, the actual title itself is probably one of the most beautiful championships I've seen in a long time. A lot of people like to complain about the way that, the Universal title looks, or maybe about the way that the Raw tag team titles look, which I personally don't like those. I do like the Universal title a little bit better. I wish they would have actually come up with another design for it, but that's in the past, and it is what it is. But as far as this championship belt goes, WWE kind of really went above and beyond, and they put some effort into it, and it's a beautiful title. And I maybe, possibly, if they put that replica on WWE Shop, I might end up picking that up and putting that in the studio here, just because I think it would look so nice. But WWE, they announced this tournament that they're going to be having January 13th and the 14th to crown the new UK champion. Apparently, this is leading to a UK exclusive show that's going to air live on the WWE Network. I think that's absolutely wonderful, because you have these guys that have wrestled in ICW, Progress, WCPW, and you kind of get to see them here and there if you have certain networks or certain subscriptions, or if you can kind of see random matches on YouTube. But now we have an opportunity to see all these guys on the grand scale of the WWE, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. The event itself I'm going to get into momentarily, but the one thing that is really drawing me to it personally is that I always had a fond love of the WWE or the WWF UK exclusive events, or the pay-per-views that they had. Events such as Insurrection and Rebellion, and my very first tape I had from WWF, which was like a UK exclusive, was the I think it was called Mayhem in Manchester, and it was right after, I think, WrestleMania 14, or leading in the WrestleMania 14. And this event, it just had me drawn to it. I don't know why. It was just a different feel. I think because the events themselves, while they keep with the continuity of the storylines going on current Raw and SmackDown and whatever, the events themselves, you get just a lot of matches maybe you didn't think you'd see. Like, one of my favorite ones was Rebellion 1999. It was, I believe it was from Manchester. I gotta look that up. But your main event was Triple H versus The Rock in a steel cage, and you had interference from the British Bulldog, who was a heel at the time. We got to see the European champion D'Lo Brown taking on Jeff Jarrett for the Intercontinental title. This is when he was in his whole men are better than women angle, like when he was leading up to lose the title to China. And I don't know, I just have really fond memories of those pay-per-views. Like, the crowds are really into it, and it was just a difference from what you see every week and every month on WWE television and the WWE pay-per-views. If you guys have a chance to go and watch any of these, they're all on the network pretty much. Anything that has the Rebellion, that's one of the best, one of the good ones. Insurrection, the original No Mercy, 1998, I believe, was from the UK. So the No Mercy pay-per-view did not start here in Cleveland like we all thought it did. It actually started in the UK, for those of you who weren't aware of that. Another really good event was Capital Carnage. Took place around the Rock Bottom pay-per-view, and The Rock was the champion. So a lot of these took place in the Attitude Era, leading into the Ruthless Aggression Era. They kind of stopped doing them, I want to say, in 2003. I don't know why. I really wish they would go back to doing these pay-per-views, because I just think they were just awesome. In a Q&A with Triple H did say that they are getting closer to possibly having WrestleMania in the UK, and that's something I'm excited for. I mean, you would think like a guy from Cleveland, Ohio, who wants to go to WrestleMania would want it to be here, but I think that would be really cool. It'd be kind of a cool historic event if WrestleMania itself takes place in the UK or in Canada or somewhere. Just something that we don't really normally see. I know we had it in Canada, so that was a bad example, but the United Kingdom would be a great place to hold WrestleMania, I think, in my opinion. Of course, after I get to go in New Orleans next year. So let me go to WrestleMania first, and then you guys can take it wherever you want to take it. So, the event itself, okay? We're at the Empress Ballroom in beautiful, beautiful Blackpool, England. Now this arena, and I took a picture of it and I put it on our Facebook and our Instagram and Twitter and all that good stuff. This arena is just absolutely beautiful. Like, seriously, the way it's set up, it just, again, it has a different feel. It's not the same thing that we're seeing, you know. The show kicks off with Triple H saying that we're going to start a revolution, kind of like giving one of his little hyped up speeches that he does at the NXT events from time to time. And we kick off with the action right here. So I'm going to kind of run down some of the matches right here. We had Jordan Devlin and Danny Burch going on. And this is one I was really excited about. I know I'm not really going in order here, so I'm kind of touching on stuff because, again, I'm still learning these guys. But Jordan Devlin was trained by Finn Balor, okay? And leading into the event, I really thought they were going to kind of push him as a babyface. Was trained by, probably one of the top babyfaces in WWE. And I thought that was really great. So Danny Burch, really like this guy. I got to learn a little bit more about him. Very technical, very efficient in the ring from what I saw. This match kind of ended abruptly. There was a kick to the head from Devlin to Burch, and Burch started bleeding all over the place. And it was weird because then Devlin covered Burch, and it looked like, and they did a replay, and it was really good on the commentary, where Burch actually kicks out at 2, but they called it a 3 count. So, in my opinion, I don't think that finish was supposed to happen. I think that they stopped it early because Burch was bleeding really bad, right from the back of his head. So it was really weird the way they did it, because even when they did the 3 count and Burch, legit kicks out, Jordan Devlin sells it as if, oh crap, he kicked out again, I can't believe it, but they called it a win. So I think it was an audible, possibly called by the ref to end the match there. Possibly Jordan Devlin was meant to go over, but maybe not on that spot itself. That may not have been the go home, but it was a good match right there. Another match I was really excited about was the Wolfgang versus Tyson T-Bone. Now, I was able to see Wolfgang in ICW videos online and some other videos. I think it may have been Progress. I'm not sure, but I love this guy. This guy is a gigantic dude. He looks like a werewolf. He's just a big, burly dude, but he's really agile in the ring. T-Bone himself, he just reminds me of like a jacked up Mr. Kennedy. Don't ask me why. He doesn't do anything as far as the gimmick or anything like that, but it just, I don't know, his facial features reminds me of King Kennedy. This match was fantastic. It was ended by, I believe, it was a swanton from Wolfgang, like the biggest swanton I've ever seen in my life. But this was good. It was a nice, hard-hitting match. It was like a, European strong style. Just, it wasn't too technical. It wasn't really high flying. It was just two big dudes beating the shit out of each other, and you can't get over that, Another match right here, we had Tyler Bate going over Tucker. I'm still learning a little bit more about these guys here. One match that I really enjoyed was Trent Seven versus H.C. Dyer. Trent Seven, I just started reading up on him. I really enjoy his gimmick, and he is one of my favorites to win the tournament. He's actually going to be going against Wolfgang in the second round. So again, guys, I apologize for my lack of knowledge of a lot of these guys, but I do want to make sure that I do cover the tournament, as a little knowledge as I do have. Someone that I do have a little bit more knowledge of, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting before, was Mark Andrews, or Mandrews, if you will, from TNA. He had a really good run in the X division, and he's done a lot of good work on the indie circuit as well. First of all, really cool dude, super nice guy, and he went over Dan Maloney. Dan Maloney was he just looked like an angry dude, I do like the little vignettes going into each one of these matches where it kind of introduces everybody. I think WWE was smart with letting people know, or with just assuming that a lot of people weren't aware of who these guys were. So guys like myself, I wasn't really aware who these competitors were. So kudos to WWE, at least giving me some kind of like an introduction to each one of these competitors, because I know that that's something that I definitely needed, and something that I definitely still need. So, but Andrews, like, this was probably one of my favorite, my one or number one or number two matches on this first night, because I love cruiserweights, I love high flying. Cruiserweight Classic, I absolutely loved it. So Mark Andrews, that's his style. He's high flying. He is all over the place, and he defeated Dan Maloney with a shooting star press, one of my favorite moves of all time. He's going on to the quarterfinals. Another match right here, we had James Drake taking on Joseph Connors. Now, Joseph Connors, I am actually pretty familiar with from What Culture Pro Wrestling there, WCPW. So really getting into that federation, kind of just watching that on YouTube. So Joseph Connors, I really do like. He's very, very intense. His finisher, like, my God, that freaking, I don't know, I think it's a DLD, like, Don't Look Down, I think that's what it's called. That match was really good, but the finish, like, I love these finishes from these guys. So Joseph Connors goes over James Drake, going into that quarterfinal there. Another competitor I was pretty familiar with was Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne I've seen online. I believe he was in What Culture Pro Wrestling as well. And he was facing Roy Johnson. Roy Johnson, who actually tweeted us back. So thank you so much, Mr. Johnson. Appreciate it. Really like Roy Johnson's character. I don't know. Just like a real happy-go-lucky, but he can really kick some ass in the ring. Pete Dunne is just like, if you can mix a maybe William Regal, Daniel Bryan, and Brock Lesnar into one person, that's Pete Dunne. And he is just like in your face, and he doesn't care. He will not do the handshake at the beginning of the match, and he's your heel. He's your top heel in this tournament. He does go over Roy Johnson going into the quarterfinals here. Highly recommend watching that match if you're not going to watch the whole tournament. Watch Pete Dunne versus Roy Johnson. Really good, real quick match, about 8 minutes. Another match we had here, we had Saxon Huxley going against Sam Gradwell. Sam Gradwell does go over with the, I believe it was a flying headbutt there. Sam Gradwell, I really like this guy. Really, really pumped to see him in the tournament. I hope he continues on. There was a little bit of a storyline with him and Pete Dunne at the end of the tournament, so we'll get into that. And the final match I want to talk about, which this is probably the one where I'm kind of thinking is going to be my number one match. This is Tyler Bate going over Tucker. Tyler Bate, I'm going to say it's almost like a Jack Gallagher light as far as his look, but his wrestling style is very unorthodox, and it's just a combination of technical and a little bit of high flying and a little bit of submission style, and this match was ridiculous. Tucker, I'm not at all familiar with him, but this guy I think they call it the super duper kick, like this crazy, super awesome super kick that he does, knocks Tyler Bate out of the ring, and then Tyler Bate hits this, they calls it the Tyler Driver 97. It's like a crazy sit down, like real vicious power bomb. Tyler Bate goes over in a match that I was just blown away by, and I believe he's only 19 years old, which is a real shocker there. So really pumped to see him going into the quarterfinals. So I want to break down the quarterfinals that are going to kick off night 2. We have Tyler Bate going against Jordan Devlin. So Tyler Bate, one of the fan favorites, definitely going against somebody that's really not liked by the UK crowd right now. That's Jordan Devlin. All right. We have Trent Seven going against Wolfgang. We have Mark Andrews going against Joseph Connors. Very interested in that match. And then we have Pete Dunne going against Sam Gradwell. Now, the whole thing with Pete Dunne and Sam Gradwell is that at the end of the tournament, or at the end of night 1, they brought all the competitors on to the stage with Nigel McGuinness and with William Regal, and then out of nowhere, Pete Dunne attacks Sam Gradwell. Looks like he injured his leg or something like that. They did like a vignette for WWE.com and for their YouTube page, kind of showing Sam in the the trainer's room. And so I don't know if they're going to be doing anything as far as he goes into the tournament. I don't know if they're doing an injury angle or if he's going to continue. But there are 4 competitors that are announced as alternates from Wiltshire, England. Here we have Tiger Ali. From Merseyside, England, we have in Liverpool is Ringo Ryan. We have Jack Stars from can't pronounce that, somewhere in England. And we have Chris Tyler from Cambridgeshire, England. So these 4 individuals, if you're familiar with them, great. If not, I'm sure you can find them on YouTube. These guys are your alternates. So we might be seeing one of these guys going into the tournament, especially if Sam Gradwell cannot continue. So really interesting. All in all, I really think the in-ring action, I can't applaud it anymore, especially for not being familiar with these guys. These guys really held my attention, and they really had me wanting more. The 2-hour event really flew by, and I think that's a good thing as far as WWE goes, because we all know that sometimes WWE, especially like Monday Night Raw, because it's 3 hours, it can be a little bit of a chore to watch, especially for guys like me who have to do, these recap shows and whatnot. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing too is I really got to applaud the commentary. Michael Cole and Nigel McGuinness. First of all, Michael Cole you could tell this guy has done so much research on all these guys. Very professional. People like to bash Michael Cole. I think he's come a long way. Like, he is fantastic as far as his knowledge of the competitors, the moves, it was really cool to see them mentioning other promotions on the commentary as well. And it's, I don't want to say he's like today's JR or anything, but Michael Cole for the longest time was really kind of like a joke, to a lot of people. People like to, bash him online, but Michael Cole, at least in this tournament and lately, but especially in this tournament, this guy is on point. This guy is knowing all of his, the competitors' backgrounds, all the way down to like, hey, there's this tattoo you'll see, and this is what it means, Excuse me. And then, of course, we have Nigel McGuinness, who's done excellent work on commentary in Ring of Honor, former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. If you don't know Nigel McGuinness, just Google him, seriously. He was also in TNA for like a cup of coffee too. I think they called him Desmond Wolfe. But Nigel McGuinness, it was just a breath of fresh air to WWE commentary. I hope we hear a lot more of him. I hope it's not just a one-off thing with the UK tournament. Possibly if we get this show with on the network for the UK, maybe we'll hear a little bit more of Nigel McGuinness. So so this tournament, day 1, night 1, whatever you want to call it, in a nutshell, I really, really, really enjoyed it. I'm going to be looking forward to night 2, which starts in a few hours today. I'm going to be watching that a little bit later because today I'm going to be at Premier Championship Wrestling in Cleveland, Ohio. So again, guys, take the time, get to know these guys, try to watch some of their past matches and their other promotions, because I think a lot of these guys in this tournament are going to be in WWE to stay, just because of their performance and their abilities, and obviously it really broadens the talent pool as far as the WWE roster goes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show. We're going to get ready for Premier Championship Wrestling, guys. As always, you can check us out at rebellionwrestling.com. We are on Facebook and Twitter at RWR_wrestling. Check us out on iTunes. Download all our past episodes there. And if you feel so inclined, please, please, please go ahead and visit ProWrestlingTees.com/rebellionwrestling. Get yourself a brand new t-shirt. Those proceeds, again, they go to help us keep the podcast going for you for free every single week. And that's really it. So for myself, for everybody here at Rebellion Wrestling, I want to thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys tomorrow for a Night 2 recap of the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament.